Hi, parents. My name is Lisa Schreider, and welcome to Beginning Art Class. So, a little bit about me. I wear kind of many hats. I am actually your IB coordinator here at Ike. So, if you have any questions regarding the IB program and what's going on in classrooms and kind of the nuts and bolts of it, you can always email me on that. I also teach beginning art, advanced art, and yearbook, and I have been at Ike, I think 18 years, maybe 19 years. I used to be in science, but now I'm in the visual and performing arts classes. So let me kind of go through my classroom here. First of all, what I created was a Bitmoji classroom. Let's see if I can move my little thing here so you guys can see it a little better. A Bitmoji classroom. And what that is the jump off part for your students. This will all be posted on Otis. So every day that they go in my classroom, everything's kind of in one spot. So just to go over it, whatever we're doing for the days over here. So if I'm doing the class syllabus, you can see there's a link to it. If the Zoom link is right on here also, it goes right to the calendar. It's on my bookshelf, but they can get on all the Zoom links, which is where I'm doing live teaching. And a weekly overview is over here if you want to see what they're using that week. Here it is. Okay. So I will update this every single week so that you can get a general overview of my class. It's taking a little while to load because I'm probably recording. But here you go. It'll tell you what part am I covering every single day live, and then what part is the independent part. We are expecting kids to be live. They learn best live. We can help support them live. So please make sure that you send your kids at the right time period for me, and then I'll make sure that I support them. Believe it or not, some parents are like, what? Art's got to be really hard to do, distant learning. I did this in the spring and it was actually really successful. My beginning art kids, my babies, I had only had them for 3 weeks before we went out on distant learning. And I really got great feedback. So I do a lot of screencastifys like what I'm doing right now. And I explain things step by step. So it actually works pretty well. Okay. So that kind of gives you an overview for the week. I will also put every single day, I will record my recorded lessons. They'll be down here. So if for some reason you have a dentist appointment or something like that, at least the kids can go online and figure out what we did that day. Okay. So the next thing, what kind of supplies will I need for an art class? Sounds kind of overwhelming, right? Well, number one, we definitely need you to have a spiral notebook. So this is a requirement by IB in the visual and performing arts class. We need to have something called an arts process journal. This is where the kids do all the work, all their brainstorming, all their note taking, all their kind of stuff goes in a notebook. So for my class, because it is a very hands-on class, a spiral notebook works really well for them. That won't be the same for every single class. It's either going to be a notebook or maybe it's going to be done online. It just depends on the class. What kind of supplies? I try and make it very open-ended so that I am not specific on supplies at all, as long as it hits the requirements of whatever the assignment is. So really, if you have pencils, colored markers, and colored pencils, that's great. If they have additional things, that's fine too. Now, what if you don't have those things? Well, I want to make sure that I get the supplies in the hands of everyone who needs it. So what you would do is on the very first day, I'm going to have kids just quickly take a survey. Hey, what kind of things do you have? Do you have crayons? Do you have colored pencils? Do you have markers? And if you don't, I'm going to send home a doggy bag with art supplies. So that pickup will be on Monday, August 17th. I want to get it in their hands as soon as possible. So for 6 to 8 p.m. And if for some reason you need supplies and you can't come on that time, I can always leave them in the front office, but I will have supplies for people who don't have the most basic supplies. Okay. And I will go and email those parents. If after the survey, I find out, hey, these parents need supplies, I will email you and remind you again of this pickup date. So don't worry about that. All right. Okay. My office hours are going to be Thursdays from 3:30 to 4. Just email me if you need to schedule an appointment. My email is lisaschreider@rcsdk8.org, and I'll make sure that I can get you in and we can meet for things. And then the last thing, because I know that there's a lot of information, you have 7 classes to go to. What are my kids going to learn? So this is a foundational skills class. So I'm going to be focusing on the 7 elements of art. on just kind of giving them an exposure to the different things. We're going to talk a little bit about 2D versus 3D art. And then last is we're going to work on art movement. So impressionism, surrealism, we'll kind of tie those into the lessons. All right. So if you have any questions, go and email me, lstrider@rcsdk8.org. And I look forward to working with your 60s. Thanks.